If you follow my blog, kellysilldesign.com, I have a lengthy blog post where I discuss my project life process. One of the steps I take before beginning a new album for the year is to pick out a main kit I will be working with. While I may deviate from that kit a time or two, I mainly stick to one kit for consistency and speed throughout the year. The pages I am working on in these videos are from 2017, and the kit I chose to use for the year is the currently edition. So in this video, we are going to be exploring the filler and journal card picker. I'm going to show you how you can move cards and photos between pockets. And we are going to explore the basics of the text tool. And when I mean the basics, this is the pre-freeform text update. Right before this video was recorded, there was a major update to the Project Life app, which included the ability to add text to your photos and also add multiple text boxes to those photos or your journal cards or your filler cards. I feel that in itself warrants a video on its own, and that will be coming up later in the class. In the last video, we put those pages I was working on in a new folder. And I have to tell you that when I go back to work on them, I like to access them from the folder instead of my in progress section up here. And the reason being is that if I had a bunch of pages in progress up here, it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to find exactly which one I wanted to work on. So I just like to access them down here from my folder. So I'm going to tap on that folder. And if you recall, I had two double-page spreads going with photos from a getaway weekend to Sanibel and Captiva Islands. So I'm going to open up that first left-hand side page. And remember how I named it. It's July 1-L. And I want to view and edit my page. Now I know I want to journal about the photo of Zoe up here and this picture of the mural. So I'm going to select this placeholder right here. And you will notice again we have the two different icons, the one to choose a photo or the one to choose a filler or journal card. And that's the icon I'm going to select. When you tap it, the Pick a Card screen appears. The top section has all of the kits you have purchased. And then when you scroll down and come to the section title of More Kits, this is like the kit store where you can view the cards and the kits and purchase them if you would like. You can, do your purchasing right here from the screen. But I am going to scroll back up to the kits I have already purchased and find the currently edition and open it up. It is right there. Okay, I'm going to move my little pointer out of the way there. Now, because I have a vertical 3x4 placeholder selected, only the vertical 3x4 cards from the kit will appear in your sidebar. If I was to select a horizontal, say like this one, a 4x6 placeholder like this, you can now see that the horizontal 4x6 cards from the kit appear in the sidebar. Now there is a way to trick the app and have the cards fit into placeholders in which they are not meant to fit, but we're going to go over that in a later video. So I'm going to come back here to my 3x4 spot, and I want a journal card to go here. Now when you scroll through and find the card that you like, you're just going to tap on it. And just looking at this scrolly sidebar here a little bit more, your filler cards are going to show up on the top. Your 3x4 journaling cards will come next. And then you have the first page cards and your last page cards. So I want to select a simple card. I think I want this one here. And if you don't like your original card that you selected, you can just, keep going through until you find one that you like. So I'm going to stick with this one here. Now, once you are happy with it, we can X out of the sidebar, or you can just tap on the card and you can see that a text icon appears in the center of that card. You want to tap on that icon to access your keyboard. Now let's take a little closer look at this bar that's right above your keyboard, okay? The color wheel at the very far left, if you tap on it, this will show you the options for your colored text, and you'll notice that because I am working in the Currently kit, I have those Currently kit colors right along here. Okay, those are the first ones that appear. And then, like I mentioned before in an earlier video, no matter what kit you are working with, you will always have the neutral colors to choose from as well. Okay? I like to journal in this darker gray color, so I'm going to select that. To go back to that, that bar that we were just looking at, you can tap that back arrow right here. And then our next icon is the font icon. Now here is where you can select your font if you don't already have one set to default. And even if you do have a default font set, you can still choose a different font to use from here. If you tap more all the way here at the end, this will bring up the option to purchase other fonts that are available. Okay, and there's several more. All right, I'm going to X out of there and come back to that bar. Now the next icon, that letter A, this is your font size. And again, you can set your default font size in your preferences. But if you wanted to make it your font larger or smaller, you can use the slider here, or you can use the minus sign or the plus sign, and it will increase or decrease your font size by a half a point. Let's go back. Now the next icon here, this is your line spacing. You can adjust how much space is between your lines of text. And this one here is your vertical offset. This is where you can move your text within the text box if you want it more centered on the card, and I'll show you that once we get placing some text here in this journal card. And then finally, we do have our justification options. Left justified, center, right justified, and full justified. Okay, so now I want to add some text, and I'm going to do this by using talk text instead of typing it all in. Now to talk text, all you do is tap the little microphone that is to the left of the space bar and start talking. Whenever we bring out the suitcases, Zoe gets all excited, thinking she is going for a ride in the car, period. But not this time, exclamation point. The neighborhood dog walker will be taking care of Baron and Zoe while we are gone, period. Okay, whenever I talk text, I just do a once-over looking at making sure I put, punctuation marks where I wanted it to go, make sure, words are together where they're supposed to be. And okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to hit the return bar twice because I want to talk a little bit about the Naples mural below. So again, I'm going to talk text. On our way to Sanibel, we stopped in Naples to have a look around. It's such a pretty town filled with art galleries and restaurants. We need to take more time and visit here again. Okay, so I can see that all of my text did not fit here on the card, and I also see that Sanibel is not spelled correctly. So I will have to go back and change that. So let's come back here. I'm going to zoom in, and remember you can zoom in by using two of your fingers to just move outward on your screen. Sanibel, okay, and let's filled with, no, the town is not filled with our calories, it is filled with art galleries. So I'm just going to retype that. That's kind of funny. At art galleries and restaurants. We need to take more time here, take more time and visit here. And it should say again. So what I could show you here is, let's move my screen, is I'm going to tap on that icon again and we can play around with the line spacing. So if I tap that line spacing icon right here, I can make the spaces between my lines a little bit smaller and make sure all of my text gets in on the journal card. And I do need to put a period there. Okay, let's see. I don't know if I really like the way that reads. We need to take more time. How about off of work? Off of work. And visit here again. Okay, I like that. I'm happy with that. Now, one of the things that I like to do when I am putting two different stories on one journal card is I like to use the emoji arrows to point in the direction of what text matches goes with which photo. So I'm going to tap on my emoji keyboard and I want to select at the very end of that first paragraph. I'm going to put my cursor there and I'm going to select this arrow pointing up, and then down here in this other paragraph at the very end I'm going to put the arrow pointing down. I do this quite a bit. I just think it's kind of fun. Just adds a little something to the journal card, just like that. Okay, now I want to move on to my 4x6 journal card here at the bottom. I'm going to select that journal and filler card icon. And again, you can see all of the filler cards, the title cards, the journal cards, and the first and last page cards that pop up here in the sidebar. I'm going to keep it simple and just select this Today card here. Now, for the journaling on this card, I had already typed it into my Notes app, and I'm just going to copy and paste it from there. It's just to save some time. I'm going to open that up, and I want to select all of that, copy, come back to my Project Life app, tap on the Today card, and get to the icon, and here I'm just going to paste it all in. Okay? I want to navigate to my color wheel here and change it to the that darker gray color. One of the other things that I like to do every now and then is to add the date on a journal card. And up until this freeform text update, it was a little bit cumbersome to do that because I was using the return button and hitting the space bar a lot, just like this. But I no longer have to do that. What I can do is add another text box. I'm going to show you how I do that. If you come over here at the very far right of your text edit menu bar, you have a little plus sign. So if you tap that plus sign, you are going to have another text box that will appear on that journal card. And I'm just going to type to edit it. And what I want to do is I'm going to add a couple forward slashes and a space. And this was on July 1st. And I want to change the color. It's already at the correct size. And all I have to do is move it down here in the corner. And I'm telling you, that makes my life so much easier when it comes to adding dates to my journal cards. I'm really happy about this update, and I can't wait to show you in an upcoming video of some more really cool things you could do with this freeform text that was added to the app. And that looks great. I have one more placeholder to fill, and here I am going to add a filler card. So I want to tap that icon again, and I think I'm just going to go with something very simple that kind of complements that whimsical circle on the journal card where it says today. I think I kind of like that. So let's back out and see how that looks. I think that looks good. I'm happy with that. Now, one of the things that I didn't show you in a prior video is how to move cards and photos around within a layout, and this is very simple to do. All it is a drag and drop. So say if I wanted to move this journal card here and switch spots with the picture here up at the top, I would just click on it and drag and drop it, and you know, it would just switch places. I'm going to switch that back. If I wanted to get rid of a card that I didn't want on here anymore, I can just, again, drag and drop it, and when you start to move it, there will be a trash can that will appear on your screen, and you can just throw it away. If I change my mind, all I have to do is hit the undo button here, and my card will come back again. Now I know I have a couple of cards I need to add to the other side of this spread, so I'm just going to X out of this layout. I am done editing this page, and I want to open up the right side of that double page spread, and we're going to tap on this placeholder here and open up our card kits to choose from. I'm going to select the currently edition, and one of my favorite cards in here is this currently eating. Okay, I will X out of the currently edition, tap on the text tool, and here you can see up here that cursor is giving me a text box right there. So I'm just going to type in the name of the restaurant again, just Dock Fords, and let's see, I'm going to highlight that, and let's see, select all, and see what happens if I play around with the justification. Okay, see, I just centered it in that area there. I'm going to back out here, come back to my type tool options, and I think I want to play with the vertical offset. So I want to center it in that area up there. And I can do it by tapping on the plus sign right here. There. I think that looks nice and centered. And I'm going to just change it to the dark gray. Okay. Tap on it again, and I want to add a new journal box. Just like we did with the date on the other page, I'm going to add a new text box, and up in here I'm just going to type in, let's see, we had mojitos, I'm not exactly sure how to spell ceviche, S-C-E-V-I-C-H-E, I think that's right. If not, I'll go back and spell check it later. And then we had a wonderful salmon salad, peel and eat shrimp, and then let's see, key lime pie. Okay, I'm going to move that down here in the center a little bit, and I think I want to center this text as well. Change it to the gray. I think I want to even add some space, line spacing here. Let's add a little bit. Let's use the slider there. Okay, I like that. Back it out. All right, I like that. So I want to X out of this layout, just like that. I'm done editing the page. Yes. Now, back here in my 2017 Volume 2 folder, I don't have any filler journal cards here on my seashell page, but I do have just 2 empty spots here on that right side. So I want to open it up and select this bottom card. I'm going to put a filler card in there, and notice now we are working with a 3x4 horizontal, so you're going to get a different set of cards, a different set of filler cards. And there was this one, I love this one right here. It's at the very top. Breathe it all in and love it all out. And then I want to put one more card up here, and here I wanted to do a solid white card. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but there is a one of the free kits in the app is called Neutral Cards. And it's right down here. And that's all it is. There's just 4 neutral colors in all the sizes. So I use this quite often, and I'm just going to place the white card right in there, just like that. And I'll X out of it and tap that text icon. I will add my text by talk text. Sanibel and Captiva Islands are absolutely beautiful, period. We will never get tired of looking at that blue water, period. There were several walking trails with lush vegetation on the islands as well, period. The island has a wonderful homemade ice cream shop, and we stopped for the best salted caramel ice cream we've ever had! Exclamation point. Okay, I already know that there was a little bit of a misinterpretation in what I was saying. Not with let, it was supposed to be lush vegetation. Lush vegetation on the islands. There we go. And then something with the ice cream that I would has, oh, the island. The island has a wonderful, that's what it was. So sometimes Siri doesn't hear very well, or you need to really speak clearly to her to get the text just right. But it's extremely helpful when you're trying to get a lot of text done in a short period of time. I do like to use the talk text. So the island has a wonderful homemade ice cream shop, and we stopped for the best salted ice cream we've ever had. Okay, I'm going to change my color to that gray, and here I think I'm going to use the vertical offset again and just center this in the card a little bit. Okay. All right. There we go. Now that I have these pages done, I want to take a few measures to make sure I have saved them in a place outside the app. So go ahead and watch the next video on how to do this.